I will say what I have to say. I will say what I need to say. I will say what I want to say. Maka mo ep anye ale chemwe.
The cast was much worse. No matter how many times Daniel sat down and asked everyone, please make an effort, please be punctual, please attend every rehearsal, it never happened.
Everybody is ready and we all know our lines. I'm not pleased at the pace or where we're at right now.
The director got upset because again, scripts, one of the major characters did not know his lines.
Robert, he got another gig on the days that we had rehearsals.
I left the production for one main reason. And that reason was I found myself in a bit of a conundrum where I had to split my time between a number of other responsibilities. And the primary responsibility that I had at the time was my studies. I was getting ready for a very important exam, and that exam required me to read a lot.
And then he would just not come, and I can't deal with that.
When you're getting ready for a play, what happens is you have to read. You have to read the script. And so I found it difficult to find time to read the play, or rather the script.
Theater is a lot of time. It's consuming. It is, When I think about my personal life and the amount of time I've spent directing and working with people, it takes time.
One of the things I did not like, rehearsal was scheduled for 10 a.m. 10 a.m. I was there before 10 a.m. but 10:15, the director has not showed up. Neither has the director sent in any form of excuse, apologies. 10:30 came, and of course I guess a call went out to her, and the director said she was still home. She was still home.
I remember the day Robert is talking about. I remember on that day, he wasn't just upset with Daniel, because Daniel wasn't the only person who was late. I remember up to like half an hour, 45 minutes past the hour, there were only like 3 or 4 of us there. So I think he was put off by the general attitude.
Allegations about me being late on that dreadful Saturday, I can assure you that it was not because I was just being lazy or it was just negligence in the sense that I just decided to come late. So it is what it is.
I felt like at some point in theater, you have to also make a statement. And that statement is very simple. That mutual respect is absolutely important. Because if it's one thing I know about the director is that she does not like people being late for her rehearsal.
The director has been late on some occasions. It's not something that's often, but it does happen, and I believe that Robert knows what he brings to the play. He knows he's good at what he does, so he can pull stunts like that.
I got a call. Mr. Rennie, where are you? I said, I left the rehearsal space because, it's an hour. It's an hour. It's an hour I could have been using to study. It's an hour I could have been using to do some other thing, some other responsibility that I may have. It's an hour.
Even though nobody is there, an actor has the responsibility to go and learn their lines, and that was a big issue, right? Even if you're at rehearsal, you're setting your time, you're getting ready, you're learning your lines, you're putting aside your stuff, you're going in pairs. So there's no case that, okay, even if the director is not there, that doesn't mean that all is lost.
I also had the perception that, he was Mr. Busy Man and he had a lot of things to do. He had a lot of things on his account and kind of seemed like, he didn't have time for our Little Papi Show production.
Bro, you sure it's because of classes you dropped out of the play? Or you were looking for tips, or you came for tips for your own play you were writing undercover?
As members of Dramacan, what I will say as a member is that the motto, what we stand for, is to evoke, to discover, to inspire. And if it is, we did have someone that was part of the team and they received so much inspiration to want to start up something for themselves. We can't be upset at that.
The director was driving in, but guess what? At the same time while the director was driving in, Cashpan was driving out.
The point is, from the beginning, Robert was always just very scattered. He always had several things doing, right? It's so much so we did try to compromise with Robert. The stress we had having to try and deal with Robert, because Cashpan, who I realize now, he calls himself Cashpan. Cashpan drives off. You're like, no, it's not you. Cashpan is a character. Don't do that, honey. So when he left, I said, but Robert, you just decided to leave. I didn't just tell him, okay.
I will say what I have to say. I will say what I need to say. I will say what I want to say. Maka mo ep anyen an le chemon. Ou pe gonfler, ou pe tomber, ou pe rouler, but guess what? Ma mele.
Drama.
Here are ways to reduce your plastic bag use. 1. Refuse plastic and take your own reusable bags when you shop. 2. Reuse your single-use plastic bags when you shop until they are no longer fit for the job. 3. Repurpose your plastic bags and use them to line your trash can, paint trays, and more. 4. Dispose of your plastic bags by recycling. Shop wisely and reduce, reuse, repurpose, and recycle.
CDF is both a champion for cultural preservation and development change agent. Established in April 2002 by the CDF Act of 2000 as the agency responsible to align the aspirations of cultural and creative individuals, groups, communities, policymakers, and civil society through the implementation of the National Cultural Policy of St. Lucia, we envision a strong, united and proud St. Lucian community empowered by culture and creativity. For more information on how you can partner with CDF on some of our projects and efforts, go to cdfstlucia.org or contact Cultural Development Foundation, Barnard Hill, Castries, PO Box CP 5405. Call us at 457-9021 or send us a fax at 459-0615. Email us at info@cdfstlucia.org.
Back at Camp Ford, things aren't going as planned. Rehearsals for the play have been on hold for a number of reasons. There are health issues, a COVID-19 scare, and the death of a family member. Hayden calls an emergency meeting in a last-ditch effort to get things back on track.
Sunday now, we're going to have a real in-depth back and forth from the beginning to the end, to the end to the beginning. You get my wife to Sunday?
Yeah, man. Okay, cool.
So people know, for the Saturday we're just running it mildly, the first time.
Okay.
And I run it again, I run it twice, then you go to home, you go home. And the Sunday now, we're going to take it a step higher now. From the beginning to the end, and the end to the beginning.
Hayden's rigorous rehearsal schedule, along with his work duties, have finally started to take a toll on his body.
A Friday coming from before Saturday, Sunday, and Sunday was about 6 hours rehearsal. My body had been drained out because from work to rehearsals, and sometimes I don't sleep properly. So I didn't have time for myself to eat, to relax. So I went to the doctor and told me I needed some time.
Somebody over there, and that's all part of directing. For every, the audience must be able to see everybody on stage. Not what other people, but to see everybody on stage.
And we're on the home stretch, so to speak. And then now, we have issues that we have no control over.
It started out with some severe joint pains, headaches, more borderline migraine, and even if I did not want to be on the bed, I just couldn't move. I honestly was not feeling myself. Now, most people that know me, Miranda, I'm very hyperactive, so whenever you see me sitting for long periods, not saying much or trying to be funny, then something is wrong. As you can see, I'm up and running and ready to go again. But it was a horrible, horrible experience. I told the cast members, I seriously wouldn't even wish that on my enemies.
That's not what I want. No, he was there, and he was right there. That's where he was.
Then we have the threat of COVID coming again, right in the head again. And people saying that I don't want to come because my so-and-so got tested.
I was exposed to somebody who tested positive, and as you know, the protocol for that is to be in quarantine for 2 weeks. I spent 2 weeks in quarantine. I did 2 tests, both of them were negative, and I was cleared in quarantine. Very nice food.
Your actions only bringing them closer. She is getting closer to him, and when that happens,
she had better come to her senses.
But a death in your family doesn't take easy to come out from that. I don't know. I really don't know, and it just have me, man. Have me. I don't know how that's going to affect him as an actor, and how long he will stay from rehearsing to grieve.
I had to deal with my father's death, so I had to take a break for a while, which was a very emotional time for myself and my family. I feel tired, very tired. Every day it gets easier.
So all that is in itself, it brings its own issues and frustration. Maybe I'm so scared, I cancel that. And I'm not lying, there was a time and I just felt they didn't know something, just people on that, just finish with that. Just let it go. But then you have to watch people involved. People in my same boy that I spend all the time coming to rehearsals. Because of my selfish ways, I just try to back off.
It took a bit of a toll on me, not necessarily because of the COVID, but the look, having to have and maintain that look to play the character role. Also, it took a bit away from my birthday, yes, and to maintain the look, to stay in character for the play.
Look at the personal issues. So you cannot just ignore and say, well, I don't hear your sad story. You have to engage them.
I try to stay healthy, try to stay safe, sanitize, stay away from everybody, and we're looking to get back on stream.
We complete the play already. We finished the play. And we're on the home stretch, so to speak.
Moving forward, little things like, I always try in the beginning to accommodate everybody. So I would drop people after rehearsals and pick them up to go.
Well, I think for Dubois, she's a good director, but also she's getting a bit more stern. The reason why I say she's getting a bit more stern because she's no longer coming there and having a hi, how are you doing moment with us. It's get into character.
You know, we've constantly struggled with getting people to commit to something greater than themselves.
So even if you say to yourself, well, I don't want him to talk to me like that, I'm not a child, if you felt like you were this caged bird and you couldn't fly.
If you want to be a part of this, you have to want it.
We were far from perfect, and that includes myself.
What brings us down when we enter our rehearsal sites, it's always hot and it's unbearable, so we get irritated.
It's very hot these days, but it doesn't affect me. You see, when I'm in the zone, it does not affect me. When it affects me is like when I'm in a downtime and my mind not on the work. When my mind is on the work, is like I'm not seeing anything else, I'm not hearing anything else. Yeah, I'm sweating a lot, but even like now, it's hot. It's hot.
That has a factor to play in the energy we bring forth because it's hot, you cannot concentrate.
But I always tell them it's not a reason for us not to be able to put out the work.
It's my life and I want more. More time, more power. Pay my Lucy like bill isn't hard. I pay with credit or debit card. Pay direct to Lucy like my account. I have the power, yeah. Pay online to Lucy like my account. Anywhere, any day, any hour. Lights are on at home. No more standing in line, no more worrying about my bill. Now I'm all paid up. Got more time to chill, yeah, yeah. Pay my Lucy like bill isn't hard. I pay with credit or debit card.
Hi, my name is Sidil, and you may know some of my hits like this one.
Don't play with man. Man pull up like 10 bad man, mini bun.
Our music inspires and entertains. It powers festivals and is an integral part of our history and culture. Creating good music takes hours of thought, writing, arranging, recording, and production. When people or businesses who use our music publicly or for commercial gain get a music license, they're not just keeping the law, they're also supporting music creators, producers, musicians, singers, sound engineers, and many others in the music industry. Keep the great music coming. Get a music license for your business place or event. Support music rights.
For more information, visit echorights.com. This message is brought to you by Echo and this Echo license station. Echo. Protecting music rights.
Hello everybody. So I just wanted to take a few moments to talk about protecting the environment, keeping our beaches clean, because these things, they're so important to us as humans because we live a symbiotic relationship with the planet. We keep it healthy, we keep it alive, and we are kept healthy and alive.
With tensions running high in Camp Dubois, Daniel decides to conduct the day's rehearsals by the beach.
I think I just chose the relaxed ambience of the beach. I'm happy to change the scenery a little bit because, the cultural center can be a little bit intimidating and quiet and a little claustrophobic. Any space after a while feels that way.
¡Ay, Dios mío! ¡Ay, Dios mío! ¡Ay, Dios mío! ¡Ay, Dios mío!
Go. Well, that's not that deep. The focus of the exercises today is focusing and bring on focus, concentration, and I really just they need to just peel away the insecurities and everything that's just keeping them back from being their best selves, basically. So a lot of fun and just trusting each other. Not so. Okay, what's the line? Alright, so let's just use the space. And I'll not tell you all stop unless I'm satisfied. And everyone, including Natasha and Maeve. Go, 2 minutes.
That was, I mean, first of all, I'm a very competitive person. So sometimes you have to try and remember that it's not, you're not fighting anybody, you're just doing an exercise with the team.
What? Why would they
We're going to do the same line changes, but we're going to do it blindfolded. We're only paying attention to how everyone says it.
Oh, I'm hurting. Oh, I'm hurting. Oh, I'm hurting. Oh, I'm hurting.
Yeah, same sentence, different emotion.
I'm hurting.
I'm hurting. I'm hurting.
I like challenges. I like when you have to push yourself and figure out different ways to do things, because you never know what kind of situation you're going to be in life or on a stage. So sometimes it's important to figure out, you know, what your game plan is, how you're going to proceed if you lose your senses, and that's what happened there.
Lucia, change sentence now.
Look your boy, look me. Look your boy, look me. Look your boy, look me. Look your boy, look me.
The crabs are so funny.
The crabs are so funny. The crabs are so funny. The crabs are so funny.
Can you make them bigger every time? More exaggeration every time you say it. So let's do the same line again. So you do it like that, it gets bigger and bigger. It grows. So that is exaggeration, intention, purpose. Do it again. What's the line that he said?
The crabs are so funny. The crabs are so funny. The crabs are so funny. The crabs are so funny.
Good. Good. So I remember doing this tree exercise. We actually did that. I was actually in secondary school, and we did that outside Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. And we had to do that for like an hour straight.
And just tell me it's for effect, no need to lie. Then I get concerned because I want to know if you're sick or whatever. And get upset because I take you.
So what do you think the objective of this exercise is?
The objective of the exercise, I guess, to go over your lines to ensure that you're ready. Like use the props and or like the trees and make it seem like it's somebody real, like you interacting with the other customers.
But it's also an opportunity to pay attention and to listen to yourself, and to hear the lines and interpret it.
It took everything in you not to call me.
That's how you just say it. You know, it was that day. You know, he got my bread. And you know he'll never come back. You understand? Take the pause. You understand? You don't always come like that. I found another patch for the bushes, like you're smiling, you're happy at this point in time because you're reassuring her. It's like, hey, yeah, I came. You don't always come. I found another track for the bushes and whatever. Wasn't lying after that. Right. So we just there, you know, we deep in our thing. You just come and interrupt us all of a sudden. That's a different beat, it's a different tone, it's a different sound, it's a different emotion. Just remember it's a story. Alright, so let me start from the beginning. My mother is a pastor. I think generally I'm pleased with what I saw today. And I hope that this rehearsal space and the rehearsal today, I just did a lot of introspection and tried to like not take it so personal, not be so upset, and change my approach. And I think today was a lot better. We also decided to like bring food and to help gel, because it's really and truly, when I reflect on the cast, it's a lot of people, this is their first time actually doing a full-fledged production. So compared to other days when, you know, like, you want so much from your cast, but you also have to meet them where they are. We were discussing a social, so today it's a rehearsal / social.
Oink.
Oink.
Oink. Oink. Oink.
Coming up in the next episode of Curtain Call.
We basically got an understudy, and she doesn't know that.
Daniel spoke about bringing in another study, but I didn't think it was today. Oh my God, what is really going on?